Hi, I'm Hannah Louise. I'm going to tell you a little bit about myself and then my experience of being at Bristol and what I'm up to now. So I'm 32, I'm in my final year of a Master's in Occupational Therapy at Oxford Brookes University, which I started last September. Um, and I live in Oxford. My sister lives just down the road from me, and my family live in Dorset. I'm very, very, very blessed with having an awesome support network around me, a mixture of friends from outside of uni and also in university. So I'm very happy, and now I'll tell you a little bit about my time in Restore at Elder Subs. So prior to joining Elder Subs, I was an inpatient for the best part of a year for anorexia. So I was at Cotswold House in Oxford at the Warnford, and then prior to that I was in a private clinic in Cape Town, South Africa. I tried to rush my recovery the first time around in Cape Town. I just like one of those all or nothing people with life, and I don't manage my time very well. So I thought I could, just recover really, really quickly, and then my life would carry on as originally planned. Well, that didn't work. I relapsed as soon as I got back from Cape Town. There was no aftercare at all. I couldn't go into any NHS aftercare because I had just come out of private treatment. So I then ended up becoming too unwell, and I had to go back inpatient for anorexia and be refed and everything else, and go through a lot of psychotherapy, etc. As I was beginning to sort of do my discharge planning, it was around December 2018, they asked me what I was going to do in Oxford, and I had already decided that I loved the city and I was going to stay. I wasn't going to return home to my folks' place. So I needed to find accommodation, and because I was determined to take recovery slowly this time, I decided to basically put all of my plans on hold, join a sort of mental health support group. I had no idea what was out there. I just knew that I needed to be, as much as I wanted to be working and helping other people, I needed to be receiving help and support first. I was really lost. I didn't actually know what I wanted for myself in life. I didn't really have very many friends because I had pushed everyone away with my anorexia. My relationship with my family wasn't great at all. I was just constantly breaking their hearts. So somebody told me about Restore, and because I was living around Cowley, I thought, okay, this is going to be relatively easy for me to get to. I wasn't allowed to drive at that time. So I inquired with Restore. I heard about Elder Subs. I managed to get, I think it was a half a day sort of trial, and I loved it. So I arrived at Elder Subs, and just immediately I felt at home. I was so welcomed in. I was told what to expect, what not to expect as well, the support that was on offer, all the different sort of activities that I could do. And I went home feeling so positive, and knowing that I had made the right decision in taking my time with this recovery. So anyway, I think I started maybe the week later. I started on 1 day a week and progressed to 2. During my time there, I discovered I loved allotments and planning according to the season, and the rotation of the beds. Watching something grow, like planting a seed and watching it grow, was just so nourishing. It really helped me in terms of building a relationship, a positive relationship with food, especially as I absolutely love cooking, and I'm a really good cook, but I'm a feeder and I'm not much of a eater, or I wasn't. So at Elder Subs, I'd help plant something, and then over the months I'd watch it grow, and we'd pick it and we'd eat it, or we'd sell it. And it was a really growthful experience. And the key work sessions that I had there, like the one-to-ones, they were fabulous. There were times where I had to be reined in a little bit. Understandably, I was spending a lot of time sort of saying, that I wanted to cook, and I think that was perhaps my anorexia trying to take some control. I struggled a lot at the beginning with eating with a group, so I'd either not eat at all or I'd bring in my own food, and then it's sort of, I'd set goals with Johnny, and who I had one-to-one sessions with weekly, to sort of sit with the group, eat my own stuff, and then move up to cooking and then eating the food that I had made with the group. And it didn't take very long until I felt comfortable, and I'm so grateful for the sort of the speed in which everything was done there. There was no rushing me out the door. There was no like punishments for not achieving something. So my confidence grew not only in the food area but also within myself. So I discovered new skills that I had, and that I was a lot more capable than I thought. That I'm actually quite clever. I never really thought that I was very clever, but a nourished brain is a good brain. So I woke up one morning. I started having coaching sessions with Becky, and I said, I really don't. It would be so easy to stay here forever and just stay, like this would be my life, but I want more. And so I woke up one morning and I just decided I want to be an occupational therapist, and I want to use nature. I want to, also use medicine. I want to be maybe a bit clinical, but also just want to use the natural elements. So she obviously said, great, this is amazing. And I literally reached for the stars. I pushed myself. I wrote an application. I went for an interview with such short notice, and I got a place after fighting for it. I was challenged at first, and I basically took no for an answer. But that strength for taking no for an answer, that really came from, the people that were supporting me really believed in me. So I said no, I want this master's, I won't take an undergrad, this is my plan. And eventually they got fed up, I guess, the uni, and they said yes. So I started that in September 2020. 19. And I left Elder Stubbs just before the festival, the summer festival, which actually I cried a lot over, found it very difficult to leave. But I also knew, I felt like I was ready, it was time. And then I became a governor for Oxford Health NHS Foundation Trust. Again, my confidence had grown. I saw things in a different light, and there were not big problems, but things that could have been improved with regards to my treatment under Oxford Health. That I thought, I'm kind of fed up of just feeding this back to, like PALS or just sort of writing a letter, not of complaint, but of just feedback, like I'm not seeing any changes. So I decided to apply to be a governor and just sort of oversee a lot more and sort of understand the bigger picture and all of that. So anyway, I'm aware I'm way over 5 minutes and I'm talking really quickly. Where I am now, I have just completed a clinical placement, which I got distinction in the John Radcliffe in acute and general medicine. I did a second placement at Pharmability in Witham, and yeah, I'm really excited about life and graduating. And COVID has not really, apart from having COVID very, very badly, it hasn't really affected me. Because I'm resilient and resourceful, and all of the skills that I've learned at Elder Subs, and in other support networks as well around Oxford, they've equipped me, and they've helped me to become who I am today. And I still have struggles, but they're more manageable, and my expectations are lower as well, which really helps. In terms of what Restore Elder Subs could do better, honestly, for me, I really don't have any feedback on that. I mean, it would have been lovely to have been there more days a week, but the flip side of that would be that I could have become sort of more dependent and reliant on it. So yes, I don't have any feedback, and I haven't experienced it during lockdown and the changes, but from what I've heard, it's still really helping a lot of people. So thank you everyone for supporting me. I know I've said it so many times. I will never ever ever forget your kindness. And if you ever need an OT, oh yes, and I'm going on to study medicine as well afterwards. If you ever need an OT / bit of medicine stuff, you can always just get in touch with me. Okay. I hope that's enough information. I think I might be talking to you later on at the AGM, so please ask me any questions. I'm more than happy to answer. Bye.